Wait until you guys hear what the customer said when I showed her the two different options for the firecracker. If you missed part 1 and 2, I'm trying to use this mold and these licorice laces to make a firecracker. The first one was a little big, so then I used the mold inside out to make a smaller version, and I showed both of these to my customer to see what she thought. I prefer the smaller one, but as a lot of you pointed out, it does look a little bit like a cup with a straw or a red Solo cup or McDonald's cup. But the customer did like that one. She felt like the other one looked too much like a candle, and she was okay with the shape for the firecracker. One of you suggested using medical tape instead of regular masking tape, and that is working a lot better to hold the molds together. And I also found a smaller spoon to get the chocolate into the cup so that it didn't spill out as much. And as you can see, I've opted to use a lollipop stick instead of the paintbrush to push the chocolate up inside the mold. I've also stopped flipping it over and tapping out the excess because that just made a mess and it seemed a little unnecessary. This process is a little time consuming and tedious, but I got a second mold, so at least I can make 16 of them at a time. I let the outer layer of chocolate harden, and now I'm adding in the cake pop dough. The customer chose a warm cinnamon flavor, and I absolutely love that somebody suggested adding pop rocks to these, which would have been amazing, but the customer wasn't really into that idea. Poking some holes to add in the licorice fuses, and I've pre-cut them all to make sure I had enough. And can anybody guess by how many are in the bag the number of these things the customer ordered? I said at the beginning I couldn't wait to tell you guys what the customer said when she saw the firecrackers, but before I do that, the squeeze bottle was another idea somebody gave me so that I could get the rest of the melting chocolate into the firecracker without making such a mess, and it was a really good idea. It works really well doing it this way. Then I just carefully give the mold a little tap so that it flattens out, and I use the lollipop stick if there are any bubbles or imperfections to make it a little bit smoother as well. Lastly, before the chocolate dries, I prop up some of the fuses that are leaning over too far with a little piece of cake pop dough. Then I'm printing the company logo on my edible ink printer, which is going to go on the sides of the firecrackers. And now that they're hardened, I'm removing them from the mold, and it's time to finally tell you guys, are you ready for this? Because I don't think I'm ready for this, but the customer liked them so much she decided to order 250 firecracker treats. And one more thing, she wants me to make it look like the fuse was just lit with some sparks or flames coming off it. So if you guys have any ideas on how to do that, let me know, and I'm going to start making a lot of these things.